Silva with the Mission and Ministry Center at St. Mary's College. I am the administrative assistant and the chapel and wedding coordinator. Usually you can find me at the front desk, but like all of you, I am sheltering in place right now, and I'm actually at my parents' house today. I am going to be preparing a recipe for you as part of our new feature called Food Pantry Fridays, and we're hoping that you will join us in this. The recipe I'm preparing for you today is one of my childhood favorites. It's a tuna macaroni and cheese casserole. I'm joined by my cameraman and quality control expert, Gabe. Why don't you say hi, Gabe?
Hi.
So let's get started. This recipe, it has ingredients from our food pantry. You can come to campus for those. Currently, it's available to all students, graduate and undergraduate, and students who are living on campus and off campus. The items that I have for you today are macaroni and cheese, and this is actually the one we have from our pantry. I have made mine though with what I found in my pantry, which happens to be a deluxe macaroni and cheese. We also have from our pantry tuna fish, and the additional ingredients that I'm using are 1 cup of frozen peas, a ½ cup of chopped celery. This was about 1½ stalks of celery. I have 1 cup of shredded cheese. The recipe calls for cheddar, but this is actually a 4 cheese blend, which is just fine. There's the tuna. We have 1 cup of milk, and we also have 1 cup of potato chips. These are chips with ridges, so they're nice and crunchy, and they have been all chopped up. They're gonna go on top of our casserole. So let's go ahead and get started. I've already made the macaroni and cheese right here. This was simple to do for me. It's a matter of boiling water. In this case, this one called for 8 cups. Once it's at a boil, you toss in your pasta, let it boil, strain the water, but don't rinse the pasta. And then afterwards, you add in the other ingredients, which in this case was the cheese packet. Give it a good stir. We're ready to go. At this point now, I'm going to add in our other ingredients. I'm going to start by adding 1 cup of milk, just kind of stir that in there, get it nice and loose. And then we have the ½ cup of celery. 1 cup of frozen peas. Get all those out there. Our tuna. How's this looking so far, Gabe?
Very good.
Okay, good. For these recipes, we invite you to use things from the pantry or things that maybe you have in your pantry that others would have, and then add in a couple of additional ingredients. We want to keep it nice and simple, not too complicated. But the idea is to use those ingredients that are on hand to make something delicious. There we go. We have our cup of cheese. And this is all that's going in for the moment. We're going to let this bake for about 18 minutes and then pull it out and put the chips on top and let them go back in under broil for 2 minutes just to get them nice and browned on top. Okay, the next step, we're going to come over here to our baking dish. This is a 1½ quart. In this case, it's a glass dish, but you can use another dish if you prefer. This is our standard 8x8, often used for brownies and cakes. I have about a tablespoon of butter that I'm using to grease the dish. It's going to keep things from sticking. We'll also give it a little extra butteriness. Nothing wrong with that, right? And if you prefer, if you don't have any butter, or if you prefer not to use butter, you can use a spray, such as that one. There's lots of different ones out there. Okay, now that we have everything stirred in, we're just going to take it and pour it all into our baking dish. Ooh, Up and over the baking dish. There we go, everything in. Now, right now it's really loose, but during that time that it's baking, it is going to, all that liquid is going to bake off. There we are. That's simple. And let's go ahead and place this in the oven. The oven has been preheated to 375 degrees. There we are. And we're gonna let that bake for 18 minutes and then we'll come back to it. And like I mentioned, put those potato chips on top. Okay, Gabe and I want to tell you how you can submit your recipe to us. You can submit just a recipe, or you can submit your recipe with your video to us, upload it to your St. Mary's College Google Drive, and then share it to us at GaelPantry at stmarys-ca.edu. And Gabe, tell them about sending videos.
Yes, when you send us a video of you making the recipe, if you're wearing a Gael swag item like a shirt, a hat, anything else, clothing that you can wear, then we will send you a free GaelPantry T-shirt.
Okay, so Gaels and Gael alumni, other members of our Gael community, send us your recipes and your videos, and you may be featured as part of our Food Pantry Friday. Thanks. Okay, we're back. The alarm has gone off, the timer, and it's time to get our casserole out of the oven. See how it looks. Beautiful. That is perfect. Exactly how we want it. Bring it over here. Gabe's going to get you a shot of it. Okay, this is the time that we're going to add our chips. Now, I've washed my hands because I'm being very careful not to catch or pass on a virus to anyone. So remember, wash your hands, 20 seconds, soap and water. Our chips are just going to get sprinkled on top. Get them all over there. Try to make it nice and even, but if it isn't, that's okay. These chips are going to give it a great crunch. Here we go. I'm going to reset our oven here to broil. Here we go. And this is going back in. Just for a minute or two, I'm going to keep an eye on it because I don't want it to burn. Okay, there it is. And we'll be back to check on that in 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, it's time. I can smell it. It might be a little bit burnt. We're going to check it out. I think it'll still be good either way. It's a little dark, but that's not such a bad thing. Just gives it more flavor, right? There we are. This is our completed tuna noodle casserole with items from our Gael pantry. We're going to be back in a moment after it cools to give it a taste and see how it is. Okay, it's cooled down, so Gabe and we're going to give it a try and see how it is.
Let's do this.
Okay, Gabe. Here we go. Grab it. Oh my word.
A bit
okay,
much?
Turn around. Let's see how it is.
Mmm.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's
Wow.
really good. Okay. Oh, did you?
Oops. Okay.